This is the Overdue Homework Podcast.
Welcome to the show. That's Trav. I'm Drew.
And I'm Trav.
This is the Overdue Homework Podcast, and as always, we are here to give you our opinions on 80s and 90s media. Contact us, podcast at overduehomework.com. Trav, hit me with those socials.
Socials are Facebook and Instagram at Overdue Homework Podcast. You can email us at podcast@overduehomework.com. And, of course, make sure you're following the YouTube channel at Overdue Homework Podcast.
It's that easy.
It's that easy.
So, Trav, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Not a lot new going on. Just still trucking away on Dragon Ball. We finished all Great British Baking Show,
Nice.
which was amazing. So, and then we watched like the old holiday episodes that we
Nice.
hadn't watched, which is also good. And now we started over because I could not find what you were talking about on YouTube to see the first few collections.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I tried really hard, and it says that they're on Roku channel now.
Oh, yes, they are.
Which I do not have.
You do not have.
We
Well,
don't have Roku.
I bet you could download it still.
Oh, okay.
I bet you could
It
download
said
the app.
Roku or buy it on Amazon Prime,
No.
which I ain't trying to
You
do.
should see if you can I don't know if you can download the Roku app onto other devices besides Roku devices. We just have we were early adopters of the Roku streaming boxes.
Sure.
And so besides our main TV and our main area in the basement, they're all Roku TVs.
Oh, okay.
So they all talk to each other. They're all logged in at the same password and stuff. So when I do something on one Roku TV, it does it on all of them.
Sure.
So it's just convenient, really. So we're knee deep in the Roku. What do they call it? The biosphere or whatever,
Sure.
technosphere. So you should see if you can download
We do
that.
want to see those, but we started the Netflix stuff over again.
Nice.
And there's a lot of people I love in that first collection.
What about Just a Dash? Have you watched Just a Dash yet?
No.
Watch Just a Dash. Maddie Matheson, the really heavy-set tattooed guy from The Bear.
Okay, I haven't seen The Bear.
Okay, well, he's a celebrity chef from Canada.
Okay.
And he got famous from a YouTube channel. And I had no idea who he was when we watched The Bear. I just knew that he was a celebrity chef and blah, blah, blah. Netflix season 3 of Just the Dash came out, and we watched it. It is hilarious. It is amazing. It's like a nouveau cooking show.
Sure.
It's less about cooking. He makes a dish every episode, but there's also all this weird stuff that's going on while it's Just a Dash.
Just a Dash.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. All 3 seasons everything that they've made is available on Netflix for sure. We powered through that. They're 15, 20-minute episodes. Just a Dash.
Just a Dash.
I know I'm pretty late to the party on Just a Dash because he was an internet phenomenon and got a roll on The Bear. So
For sure.
but it's well worth it. Well worth it.
And before I ask you how you're doing, Prue Leaf is leaving the show.
I heard that.
86
yes.
years old.
I don't blame her.
I mean, hell yeah, go out on your own terms. No one's trying to see something chaotic happen mid-season or something. So I love that for her. She's amazing. But how are you doing,
I'm
Drew?
doing really good. I want to comment on that. Mary Berry's still kicking around. Bring Mary Berry back.
Yeah.
I love Mary Berry. I don't know who's going to replace her. I don't know, but I'm doing great. Almost choked to death at dinner tonight, so that was fun, but that was okay.
You're still alive. We're
Yeah.
still doing the podcast, so it's all good.
No Heimlich maneuver or anything like that. Made some wonderful, wonderful beef stroganoff hamburger helper for dinner tonight. Yummy, delicious.
Nummy.
I always put a whole bunch of sriracha Tabasco sauce on the top of it because I got to have that spice.
Yep.
And I was talking to my children while I was eating and inhaled a piece of something coated in hot sauce right to the back of the throat.
Oof.
It was no good.
No good.
It was no good at all. Red face, coughing, tears, snot. It was not a good thing.
Not a good day.
But other than that, I've been doing really, really good. It's warm now, so that's great.
That is nice. I
I'll
don't know if it'll
definitely-
continue, but I'll take it.
I'll take it for now. That is definitely for sure. Well, Trav, with all of that out of the way, I used a couple of articles in preparation for this podcast today. One was from imdb.com, which is just their trivia section, was very useful. And one was from looper.com, and that was by Micheline Martin. So thanks a lot, Miss Martin. I'm assuming you're a lady, because that sounds like a lady's name,
That
but I don't
sounds like
know.
a lady's name.
I don't really know. And of course, our homework review for this week is Demolition Man from 1993. Our first Stallone, which is kind of a Seems kind of weird. We're almost
It is
100
kinda
episodes
weird,
in. It's
actually.
our first Stallone. And this is pretty close to like peak Stallone.
Yeah.
Pretty close to peak Stallone. If it's not peak Stallone, I don't know what it is, I guess. But I suppose with all of that out of the way, Trav, we will bid our dear YouTubers adieu. Goodbye, YouTubers. Make sure you check out our podcast. Wherever you podcast, you can find it at overduehomework.com. You can obviously hit us up at our socials on Instagram at Overdue Homework, on Facebook at Overdue Homework. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for finding us on YouTube, but it is at Overdue Homework on YouTube. It is just that easy.
It's that easy.
It's just that easy. All right, Trav, that homework review, like I said, Demolition Man, 1993, directed by Marco Brambilla, screenplay by David Waters and Robert Renew, and Peter M. Lenkov, story by Peter M. Lenkov, Robert Renew, produced by Joe Silver, Michael Levy, and Howard Kazajan. I don't know how to say that, but that's okay. Starring Sylvester Stallone as John Spartan, Wesley Snipes as Simon Phoenix, Sandra Bullock as Lenina Huxley, Nigel Hawthorne as Dr. Raymond Cocteau. That is a name, and they say his name every opportunity they can say it.
Yeah.
Cocteau. Benjamin Bratt as Alfredo Garcia, Dennis Leary as Edgar Friendly, Bill Cobbs as Zachary Lamb, Bill Gunton as Chief George Earl, Rob Schneider as Officer Irwin, uncredited, Dan Cortez as Taco Bell lounge singer and cryo prison guard. I looked for his face as the cryo prison guard, and I could never spot Dan Cortez as the cryo prison guard.
Yeah.
Jack Black as Wasteland Scrap number 2. It was released October 8th. I don't know, I was going to say 6th. October 8th, 1993, at a budget of $45 to $77 million. A box office of $159 million. That is $357.3 million in 2026. That's a lot of money. I mean, that's a blockbuster? No, it did really well, though.
Yeah, when we compare it to Airborne, it did really well. It did
really well compared to Airborne. You know what's funny is these could have been in the theater almost at the same time. Almost. Yeah. I mean, movies had way longer runs back in the early 90s. So,
Definitely.
I mean, there could have been a little overlap. I doubt it. You could have done an Airborne and Demolition Man double feature, potentially.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe at the Dollar Theater, because they
go.
would have been both at the Dollar Theater, probably around the same time. All right, Trav, do you think it's time for us to get to that breakdown?
Let's break it down.
Oh, it makes me laugh every time, Trav. Every time. All right, Demolition Man, 1993. Before we get started, I would like to talk about an author that claims Demolition Man was stolen from him. According to Hungarian sci-fi author Istvan Nemir, in a 2010 interview, the novelist said that much of the film was lifted from his book, Fight of the Dead. Fight of the Dead.
All right.
Okay. In which a terrorist and the man hunting him both hibernate for 173 years, eventually waking in the 22nd century to learn that violence is no longer part of society. Namir said he looked into the possibility of a lawsuit, but that the legal costs of pursuing the matter were simply more than he could manage. So he said, sorry, guys, I guess I'm just going to take this one on the chin.
Yep.
I guess. We open to L.A. 1996, and the Rodney King riots seem to have never ended.
Yeah.
Or at least have devolved into outright anarchy at this point in L.A. That has to be the angle that they were going for. 91 was the Rodney King riots. Police brutality, first time in the limelight. Nationally televised police brutality in the limelight in 1991. So I'm guessing that's where they're probably drawing a little bit of their inspiration for these opening scenes. Reminds me of the opening of Running Man.
Definitely.
Helicopter, chaos, fires, people getting shot. Reminds me a lot of the opening of Running Man. John Spartan in a chopper going to save some hostages. He's got 30 of them. They were taken by Simon Phoenix. Stallone looking ripped as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, ripped as fuck. Like, my goodness, he's looking ripped in this. Peak Stallone? Pretty close, right?
Pretty damn close.
I don't know what else would be considered peak Stallone besides Demolition Man. Over the Top? Have you seen Over the Top?
I haven't. Would Rocky be considered?
That was his first movie.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That was his first, like, motion picture role he wrote. I don't know if he directed it. He wrote it for sure. I don't think he directed it. Maybe he did. Email us.
Email.
So Rocky was his first. I mean, that's peaks. At least he didn't peak in his first movie.
For sure.
Initially, there were two choices for the roles between John Spartan and Simon Phoenix, Steven Seagal and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Those were the two.
I love
right
both
there.
of them, honestly.
Van Damme was offered the role of the bad guy, but he didn't want that role. He agreed to star if both of the lead roles could be switched. And then Seagal was like, I don't want to play the bad guy. So he declined. So they were both out.
That's funny. So they were going to be Wesley Snipes.
Like Jean-Claude Van Damme would have been Simon Phoenix initially.
Right.
And then Seagal would have been John Spartan.
Oh, shit.
But Van Damme was like, I want to be John Spartan. So okay, Seagal, are you interested in being Simon Phoenix? He's like, no, I'm a total asshole.
I'm a total asshole.
So they decide, the LAPD decides to send in a maniac to catch a maniac. And John jumps out of that chopper. Phoenix! As he's jumping down. I thought it was a bungee cord initially, but
definitely, but there's no bungee.
No, he just slackline.
You would think because there is no bungee that would hurt a little bit.
I definitely think that
but
that would
he
not
just
feel
like
good.
unclips like fucking A.
Like before he hits the ground, he's shooting dudes.
Yeah.
Before he hits the ground, he's a one-man wrecking crew.
Definitely.
No one stands a chance. Gunning dudes down, cracking skulls, Dutch angles everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere. Simon sees him coming and sets a trap, fuel spilling all over the floor. I like his knife with the skull on it. I wish that knife would have made a reappearance in the movie. You're introducing a notable and recognizable piece of a prop in the movie, and then we never see it again.
Yeah.
It's like a close-up on this skull dagger.
Right.
Bring it back one time in the movie. First act,
He
third
should have
act.
found it in that museum when he was looking for the gun. That'd have
There
been
you
sick.
go. That would have been great. John, he confronts Phoenix. Don't move, Phoenix. I can't do a Stallone at all.
I can't either.
Well, he just did a bunch of coke, so I'm guessing he's going to have a hard time standing still at this point.
Yeah, probably.
You're under arrest. Arrest? Shit. They want to know where are the passengers. Fuck you. They're gone. Last time, Phoenix, where are the hostages? This is between you and me. So John pulls a gun and Simon threatens to blow the place up because of all the gas.
Yeah.
Set your ass on fire. Which, he has that torch like directly above a pool of gas. Now, I know that the Mythbusters prove that you can like literally dunk a lit cigarette into a gallon of gas and it will not start on fire because it's the fumes that cause the reaction.
Sure.
But he has an open flame over a pool of gasoline
Yeah.
that is emanating fumes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just move on. So a fist fight amongst the flames it is, obviously. It's
Obviously.
some great action. It's a great fight. Wesley Snipes, like, leaving action roles after Blade, like, dude, he is good in these movies.
He is really good in these.
He's unbelievable in these movies. Even Stallone in this movie, he appears to be more lumbering in later iterations in his movies. In this movie, he seems very athletic, very like ready to fight, very fast, very strong. Like
Yep.
I love all that stuff about both of these guys fighting. Culminating with a giant explosion as John escapes with Simon on his back. Hence, that's why John's known as the Demolition Man, because everything gets demolished around him. We've got a problem, though. The hostages were, in fact, in the building, and John is responsible.
Yikes.
That is not good.
That's not good.
Simon and John both get arrested. You got a lawyer. You better call him. He does not have a lawyer. At least it was a very bad lawyer because he gets arrested immediately. And finally, the opening credits hit 8 minutes into the film.
Yeah.
It's kind of distracting, isn't it?
It is.
It's like Stallone.
Yeah, first time I watched it, I thought I missed something. I'm like, what? How did it take 8 minutes for this to happen? But
John was found guilty. We meet a young William Smithers, the now assistant warden, and sentenced to 70 years in sub-zero rehabilitation in California cryopenitentiary. That's a very 90s phrase, cryopenitentiary. I
yeah,
love that.
seriously.
For the involuntary manslaughter of 30 civilians. I feel like 70, I suppose, there's probably each one civilian probably had a count. So that's why it's 70 years, because I feel like involuntary manslaughter probably wouldn't get 70 years in prison.
Probably not.
But if you do it to 30 people,
yeah.
then you might get 70 years in prison. That
Right.
makes sense. I love how the whole time when Smithers is reading this stuff to John, he's just like, skip it.
Skip it.
Skip it. I don't want to hear this.
Just put me in the fucking freezer.
Hey, that's better than my Stallone impression, that's for sure. Time for John to become a popsicle until 2046. 2046 is closer to this year than we are to 1993.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yikes.
He's going to be rehabilitated using subconscious suggestion while he's frozen, and he's nude.
Yeah.
You get pretty close to seeing some Stallone wang.
Pretty close.
And some Stallone BH, too. I was like, come on. I don't want to see any of this.
No,
I don't
thank
want
you.
to see any of this. The way the cryo procedure is presented, I found really cool and weirdly believable, right?
Yeah.
It seems really grounded. A lot of this stuff in this movie seems very grounded in
Yeah.
what could actually be technology.
Yeah, I like, though, you wonder how that last little bit works, like with the water to the top. You know, it's just like, all right, and then frozen.
Well,
Like,
it all rests on that undisclosed little blue orb that's the
Yeah.
basis of the technology.
Yeah, just boom.
No explanation, not even a tiny explanation. We're like, we found this exotic element on a meteorite that crashed to Earth, and this is why we can do this in 1996.
Right.
You know?
No.
I don't know. Just little tiny blue orb. That's it. It's gonna freeze
That's all it
everything.
takes.
It's condensed, very condensed ice. And in a flash, John is frozen. Very cool effect.
Yeah.
I like it. That liquid that he's in seems very claustrophobic. It's not just water. It's like thicker than water is, the way it's sloshing around. It gives me the idea that it is a very viscous, like oily type of liquid that is it's not water, so it's very like what am I trying to say here? It's very pivotal in the whole freezing process. Without this liquid, it would not work.
Yeah.
Flash forward, and it's 2032. That's a short 6 years away.
Yeah, jeez.
Parole, but not for who we think.
Ew.
We meet Lenina Huxley, Tank Girl. Almost starred in Demolition Man. You've
Damn.
seen Tank Girl?
I have not, but we know who she's in Point Break.
Yeah, she's in Point Break. Lori Petty, the future star of the box office bomb Tank Girl, fresh from her role as the successful A-leaguer in A League of Their Own. Petty was cast as John Spartan's love interest in Demolition Man. It took 6 months to select Petty for the role, and she was fired after only 2 days of filming.
Jeez.
That's not good for her.
And I should take that back. I have had Tank Girl on in the background. My roommate was watching it a decade and a half ago, and I was interested enough to pay attention to some, but I have not seen it from beginning to end.
It's a very cool movie. I think that needs to make it into our list. So the official reason given for Petty's departure from the movie was creative differences. Though in a 1995 issue of Spy via Pop Culture Master, Petty said she was fired because she didn't get along with Stallone, describing their chemistry as oil and water.
Ew.
So see you later, Lori Petty. Too bad. I think she would have been good in this role.
I do too.
Although Sandra Bullock is amazing in this movie. She
is.
really is. She's now talking to the now warden Smithers, and they be talking pretty weird. The future is very polite and nearly crime-free. We found out more later. Lenina reports to the police station, and there is graffiti afoot. But in the future, signs de-graffito themselves. It's a cool idea. It's interesting,
Yeah.
right? Did you know that the singular of graffiti is graffito?
I did not.
It is. Now you know. You can tell your kids about that. You don't have children. You can tell children about that. Not yours, just any child.
Just go tell some random
Hey,
shit.
did you know? Who are you?
Who are you,
Now
Mom?
you know. Something is going on underground. We don't know what it is yet, but there's something. There's shit popping up out of the grass, and nobody cares about it.
No.
Nobody cares about it, but we get to see what's going on underground. Dennis Leary is the leader of the resistance. They have nothing left to lose. His people are hungry. Hungry. Inside the station, and Rob Schneider is there. Great.
Yeah.
His role in this movie is so throwaway. They could have had any extra just say those stupid lines that
Yeah.
he has. I mean, he does his like patented Rob Schneider little shruggy shoulders and stuff like that. But whatever, Rob Schneider, you're there, whatever. We find out that Lenina is all about the 20th century. Her office is decked out in the coolest 20th century stuff. I love the Lethal Weapon poster in the background. That's pretty cool. That movie came out in 1992, so like the year right before this movie came out.
Nice.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers poster in the background. It's cool stuff. I love that stuff. She longs for a time that the police actually got to do police work. She longs for chaos and disharmony, and no one there can understand her. They don't get it. They're like, what? I don't get it. What? Come on. She's a 20th century gal stuck in the 21st century. We meet Alfredo Garcia, and he's a wiener. That's for sure. He's a wiener.
Definitely.
What Lenina wouldn't give for some action. Back to the prison, and Simon is getting a parole hearing. He hasn't changed one bit, so much for being rehabilitated.
Yeah.
He wasn't rehabilitated at all, so I mean that makes a lot of sense. Somehow, Simon knows the verbal password to get out of the restraints. Teddy bear. Even Simon doesn't know how he knows it. Why is there a verbal password? You have L7, their computer thing, so why wouldn't you instruct L7 to unlock it, and then you have like a voice recognition? I don't know. And why is it teddy bear?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's weird
We're
to me.
We're talking future, and it's just a verbal password, which is teddy bear.
Which is teddy bear.
Could have went a different way on that, but we didn't.
Smithers and the rest of those guards are as good as dead. It's a 187 murder, death, kill.
Murder, death, kill.
Do you like that they call it murder, death, kill?
It's weird.
It is weird, and they present it especially Lenina Huxley. She says it as one word all the time. Murder, death, kill.
Murder, death, kill.
Murder, death, kill. I'm not a fan. Just call it an MDK.
Yeah,
that'd be better.
There you go.
Murder, death, kill. I don't know. Snipes plays the sociopath killer very, very well.
Yeah, definitely funny to watch him go from hero to villain.
Yeah,
so fast.
definitely. Simon says, "Die." I like that.
Love
they
that.
should have used it a few more times. The
Definitely
Simon says.
Done the Simon says.
It's like 2 or 3 times in the movie.
Yeah.
They should have done it more. Smithers' eye removal. That's pretty brutal.
That was pretty brutal. Pretty cool.
Very cool. Was it a pen? It was a pen.
I think
right?
it was a pen. Yep.
So they have like inkwell pens in the.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looked like to me. I was like, why is he pulling a scalpel? That's supposed to be a pen. Why does it have a tip like that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, it's good at removing eyeballs.
It's funny some of the little things they don't think to make more advanced, you know? Just let's just use a regular pen.
Let's just
I'll
regular
blow
pen.
past that part.
It's especially brutal because he lived through it as well.
Yeah.
It
Yikes.
goes to show Simon's level of hatred, Simon's level of sociopathness.
Yep.
He could have easily just killed him after that, but no, he's like, I'm going to let you live.
Yeah.
Yikes. Retina coating accepted. Murder is so uncommon that the police don't even know what a 187 is. So they suck at being police officers. Yeah. They should have gone to school and know all this stuff.
Right.
I mean, maybe that's kind of like a future that we're currently living where people's overall knowledge of things is kind of decreasing because we can just go, hey, Google. So sorry, everybody out there that's got a Google phone because I just activated that. But, I mean, we can just, so maybe it's a similar thing that nobody really has to do any real research or anything because they can just ask L7.
Yeah, they all chat GPT'd their way through Academy.
So they look it up, and the last MDK was in 2010. They all watch Smithers die together as a group, and they are aghast. Rob Schneider loses his lunch over it.
Yep.
It is kind of a, I don't want to say brutal scene, but it's kind of it made me feel uneasy because we're just watching this dude die and nobody's doing anything about it. They're all just sitting there silently.
Yeah. Haven't you trained for emergencies?
There was nobody else in that area whatsoever that could have tried to render some sort of aid. There had to have been more than just those 4 people in that room.
You would think.
I don't know. It was it was interesting to watch him die, I guess, in that way. Lenina, she is on it. She looks up the parole hearings, and there is Simon Phoenix. Oh.
Zachary Lamb, he knows who Simon is. He's an old-timer.
He is.
Phoenix is not coded. They cannot track him, and he continues to kill and steals a car.
He does. That he does.
No problem. All available units protect, serve. We joined Simon on the street, and not only did he know the password to escape, but he knows how to use all the tech in the future.
He does. He does. Well,
Okay.
good thing we find out why later, but at the beginning of this movie, it's sort of like, man, he doesn't even know what's going on. How's this even happening?
Yeah, seriously. Damn, I'm possessed. I wonder if I can play the accordion, too. He looks up Edgar Friendly, all while hearing a voice in his head. Don't you have someone to kill?
I like that. It was really cool how it all warped on the screen. Like, is what he's seeing on the screen legitimately being presented to him, or is that just in his mind?
I think it's in his mind.
In his mind. That would make more sense to
Yeah.
me, at least.
Then he looks up guns. Look, I don't need a history. Where the hell are the goddamn guns? All the while getting fined for swearing.
That is one of the most annoying parts of this movie, is that it does become a little bit funny towards the end when you just hear it in the background constantly. But I'm just like, okay, we get the point. I understand for continuity, you have to keep it going through the whole movie, but hearing that buzz over and over and over became distracting for me.
Agreed. The police arrive. Damn, those fuckers are fast, too. Well, them jokers don't stand a chance.
No, they don't.
They don't even know how to deal with the likes of Simon Phoenix. There's a great bit of comedy while the police are trying to give Simon orders, then giving the same orders more forcefully with a much-needed or else. Lie down with your hands behind your back.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Lie down on the ground or else.
It does not work.
It does not work. That was the dude's last words.
Yes, poor guy.
That poor guy gets taken out by the anti-graffiti measures. Did you like the record scratching as he kicked those guys' asses?
It's very 1993.
Yep.
Every time Simon is on the screen doing something, there's little like I don't know. I don't know if I like that or not. It's kind of cool, but I'm kind of like, it's an interesting choice in sound design.
Right.
Like, does everybody hear that? Like,
Yeah.
Are his joints actually making those noises?
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know.
And the cherry on top, Simon has a message for the cops. Simon says, everyone stand.
They do, because they're scared.
Yeah, they all do back at the police station. Next, he blows up one of the cars, and they cannot believe the brutality.
Even Alfredo, Benjamin Bratt's character, he's like, he's putting that directly into the fuel cell gel or whatever. Oh, why is he doing this? Because he wants to blow it up, dummy.
Yeah,
Come on.
I get it. It's been 22 years, but he's a fucking psycho. Over to Dr. Raymond Cocteau. He's the architect of this utopian society, and he hates Edgar Friendly.
I don't know why he hates that. He hates him so much.
So much.
Come on.
And he's willing to do anything to get rid of him. And the rest of the subterranean hooligans, Scraps.
Scraps. It's a terrible name for them. I don't like that name for them.
No.
We call them Scraps.
We call them Scraps.
I'm not a fan.
Once pathetic and harmless, they no longer are because of Edgar, their de facto leader. Cocteau's scapegoat.
Basically. Cocteau. Terrible name.
Yeah, it is. Including releasing what seems to be the 20th century's most notorious criminal.
Yes, I mean, he did not think that through.
No, he did not. Cocteau talks to Captain George Earl. Earl informs Cocteau of the escaped cryo prisoner, and in his exact words, Cocteau wants Earl to do everything in his power to snare this agent of destruction. It will be done, Dr. Cocteau. So that's just what they do.
Yeah.
Thanks to the idea from one Lenina Huxley. But first, we get some talk of John Spartan. He's the one that took Phoenix down in 1996. They call him the Demolition Man.
Oh, they said it. Oh. They said the name of the movie in the movie.
Yikes. Spartan is somewhat of a legend. 1,000 arrests in 3 years.
I mean, that speaks more to the rampantness of crime
Yeah.
in 1996.
Definitely a lot more back then. In one historical video, John gets asked if destroying a $7 million mall was worth it to rescue a girl whose ransom was only $25,000. Fuck you, lady.
Good answer.
Swearing kids, always good for a laugh.
Always good for a laugh.
He's clearly the man for the job, especially one like this. Simon is an old-fashioned criminal. We need an old-fashioned cop.
Yep.
Time for unfrozen 90s cop.
You got to say it like the SNL skit, Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer. Unfrozen 90s cop.
Once again, the whole cryo lab is just the coolest and executed so well for the movie. It's completely nonsense technology.
Yes, it is.
But it's so believable.
I find it to be believable. It's
Definitely.
like we talked a little bit ago. It's grounded. It doesn't look too crazy. They could have made it look completely off the wall and
Right.
totally unbelievable, but they stuck with the set design, making it seem somewhat realistic.
Like, if we're not going to update the pens, we're going to have to be a little realistic here with the cryo process. So, but we do end up with one nude Stallone.
Yep, we do.
John is going to get recommissioned as part of his parole.
Yes.
It's not enough to collect the 90s if you have to bring them back to life.
Thanks a lot, Alfredo.
Is this a good idea? Is he all that different from Simon Phoenix? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
How long have I been under? My wife?
She's dead from the big one in 2010.
What about my daughter?
No answers.
Uh,
Okay, did you think that Lenina Huxley was going to be his daughter?
100%.
1,000%.
1,000%. Because I don't think I ever saw this when I was a kid, so I'm like, oh, how obvious can we be that
Right.
that's going to be his daughter? And then we'll just say a scene later in the movie made me think, not so much the daughter.
It would
And
have
if
been.
it is, that would be quite the turn.
It would have been very Game of Thrones for them to like go back to that and be like, actually.
Actually, yeah, that would have been very Game of Thrones. This isn't about you and your family. It's about Simon Phoenix.
What?
We aren't equipped to handle Phoenix. There have been 11 MDK so far. It's been 16 years since the last murder in San Angeles.
Where?
Santa Barbara, San Diego, and LA are all rolled into one big mega city, or a metroplex, since 2011. You give me a Marlboro,
What?
a cigarette.
They don't exist anymore.
That's cool. That is actually one cool thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Along with anything that may be bad for you is now illegal. Caffeine, that would suck.
Yep.
Sugar, that would suck.
Yep.
Alcohol, perfect. I can do without that. Contact sports, what? Meat? Are you kidding me? So is abortion and pregnancy. Are you shitting me? That's a fine. What the hell is that?
That's a
a fine. There's no time for any of this. Simon Phoenix has risen from the ashes. I put him in jail and you let him out? No thanks. So John is either going to do this or it's back to the cryo chamber.
Oh, well, I guess he's going to have to do it then.
He's going to have to do it. So yeah, he does it. He's back in the command center and John is on the scene and Simon is on the loose. Giving people handshakes.
How you doing?
They don't do that.
Nope.
There's a strict no touching law in the future.
They don't do that in the future.
All right. And racking up swearing fines. And guess what? He doesn't know how to use the 3 shells.
I don't know how to use them either. Can you believe that?
I can. How doesn't he know how to use them?
I don't know. It's hilarious any way you look at it.
Yeah. How do you use them? He never asks, and no one ever tells.
How would you use them? How do you think you would use them?
I don't know.
Would you use them like chopsticks?
I can't use chopsticks. I don't know.
Grab it with the 2 of them and scrape the rest off your butt and rinse it off and so you can reuse them?
Yeah.
Or do they cover buttons for like a rinse, dry, and perfume?
Probably option
Who
B.
knows? Well, according to screenwriter Daniel Waters, the inspiration for the 3 seashells came when he was writing a scene where Spartan has to use the restroom. He was trying to come up with some futuristic things you'd find in there, and he was having trouble, so he called a buddy, another screenwriter across town, and asked him if he had any ideas. Ironically enough, that person was in the bathroom when he answered the phone, looking around the bathroom and said, I've got a bag of seashells on the toilet as decoration. And Waters said, okay, I'll make something out of that.
Sure.
That's how that's interesting.
That's insane.
Zach and John, they have a reunion. No. Zach Lamb? What happened to you? What happened to you? I got older, and they grounded me. Shit, you were a great pilot. Triggering more fines, obviously, which gives John a great idea. He's going to wipe his ass with them.
Ew.
So much for the seashells. The hunt for Simon continues. He is not coded. Everyone else is. Simon can't be tracked, and John has been coded. I'm sick of this fascist shit. Me too, John. Me too. Anyways, Earl thinks they don't need the Neanderthal. They don't need him. They don't need that Neanderthal.
don't need him.
The computer has already calculated everything possible that Simon could be doing. The computer thinks that Simon will attempt to set up a crime syndicate. John thinks otherwise.
Yeah.
I think that's really fucking stupid. You think he's going to start up a business?
Trust me, he's going for a gun.
Duh. The only place a person can even view a gun in the city is at a museum. So, over to the museum.
Over to the museum.
Guess what? Phoenix is going for a gun at the museum. Home sweet home. John, Lenina, and Alfredo head to the museum, and John wants to drive. No, he won't. It's too complicated.
Yeah.
You drive. And away they go. Officer Huxley wants her swag. While doing press for 2018 heist comedy Ocean's 8, Sandra Bullock told Yahoo Movies that she didn't get everything she was owed for appearing in Demolition Man. According to her, Warner Brothers doesn't owe her any profits for the film or a writing credit, but they do owe her a pinball machine.
Damn.
Her Demolition Man co-stars, Stallone, Snipes, and Benjamin Bratt were all given Demolition Man-themed pinball machines for working on the movie. I'm on the pinball machine, she said. All the men in the film got one, and I'm the only one that didn't get one.
That's an injustice.
Give Sandra her damn pinball machine.
What the hell?
Come on, she deserves it. So on the road, and John seems very alone in the back seat. Things aren't as different as they seem, John. Perhaps an oldie station on the radio will help soothe you. No, it's all commercials.
That would be brutal.
Everything that he was trying to get away from in media in 1996 is all you can listen to.
Yeah.
Is that a statement on our current media? All the commercials, all the advertisements, it's just constant advertisements.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, a little on, I shouldn't say on the nose, but that is very predictive of this movie.
Yes,
and
it is.
how close we've actually come to radio stations that are only advertisements.
Right. And to be fair, I've seen a lot of, talk over the years that they want, when you're watching old shows, to have those old commercials. Like,
interesting.
That'd be fun. Like, don't make me watch this new crap. Like, give me the 90s commercials.
So, you mean when I'm watching, like, Rocko's Modern Life, they'd have, like, that Sunny D commercial? What you got in the fridge?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, soda, purple stuff.
The crazy-ass honeycomb character. And,
oh, my God.
that'd be sweet.
God, yeah.
Gushers, head exploding.
Yeah. Give me all that. I would watch those.
The two old guys playing games with the fruit by the foot.
Yeah, I like, man, let's bring it back, Trav. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. Lenina and Alfredo, they love the commercials. John does not. Somebody put me back in the fridge. Freezer would be more appropriate, that's fine. Back with Phoenix, and he's getting his guns. This is what I'm talking about, so let me punch this glass. It does not work, motherfucker. Instead, he throws a guy through the glass. What seems to be your boggle?
My boggle?
How much do you weigh? And smash, Simon has his guns, and he's strapped to the teeth. Wait a minute, this is the future. Where are all the phaser guns? Oh, there they are. There they are. Now Phoenix has his hands on a magnetic accelerator gun. It's cool, but I think it could have been cooler.
Definitely.
It could have been cooler.
Also, why is that in the museum? Like, because it's like the first one ever? Or
well, because they've eliminated weapons, so I'd assume any
that's right.
weapons.
That's right.
My question to you about this, is the whole world eliminated weapons and swearing and fluid transfers and all this stuff, or is it just the San Angeles mega city?
I would have to assume it's the whole world, but you never know.
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a very good question. Like I said, Simon has his magnetic accelerator gun. I think it's cool. Could have been cooler. I do like how it's still grounded in reality with the way it looks.
Yeah.
That magnetic accelerator gun is actually based on a Heckler & Koch G11, a prototype weapon for the German army that would have been the most advanced rifle in the world, firing caseless ammunition. That's interesting. It's based on a real gun.
Yeah.
Once again, cool that it's grounded in something real. That takes a lot of foresight and research and set design and prop design to actually, somebody's like, I want a futuristic gun. What can I base it off of? I'm not going to just give you this thing with weird tubes and all these flashing lights. I'm going to go find an actual gun that is an advanced gun at the time, and we're going to use that in the future. Any way you look at it, it takes 2.6 minutes until the gun is ready to go. Patience is not one of his virtues.
No, it is not.
He does not know at this point, though, if it needs batteries or what. He wants to know where the nearest Radio Shack is.
Right.
No batteries. I think if
Radio Shack in 2032. Come on, Simon.
I think, and if you're going to Radio Shack even in 1996 to buy batteries, you're an idiot because they're
For
way
real.
too expensive.
Way too expensive.
And if you did need batteries for that gun in 1990, well, I suppose in 2032, but in 1996 batteries, you probably would have taken like 27 D-cell batteries.
Yeah.
Weighed about 45 pounds just in battery weight alone.
Seriously.
That's all right. And the museum is getting locked down, and the alarms are music to Simon's ears.
Yep.
John finally arrives on the scene. I don't know what they were doing. Took him a very long time
Very
to
long
get
time.
there. And we get another periscope deal poking out of the ground, and John is the only one that sees it or cares.
Yeah.
Nobody's like, what the fuck was that?
Nope.
Nobody cares. He's literally like, I've given up trying to understand this society in the future.
For
Nobody
real.
cares. Alfredo has this tricorder looking thing, and it tells him to establish communication with Simon. Wrong. use the Force, Luke Skywalker. Use the Force. And what the hell is this? It's a glow rod. It's what we got. Does it work? It does, because John just uses it on an innocent bystander, knocking them out instantly. I guess so. Lenina springs into action, and John is a fan. She literally starts coordinating all the other cops and stuff. So.
Yeah. Well, I need it done 90 minutes ago.
Exactly.
That was one line that I thought was super weak, especially for him to be like, damn. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know. That was a little not so much for me.
Simon continues to stock up, and John closes in, but Phoenix finds John first. What can I say? I'm a blast from the past.
You should have stayed there.
That voice sounds familiar. Who is that?
Bad aim, Blondie.
Spartan? John Spartan? Oh, man, they let anyone into this century. Simon says, bleed. I like that. I do
Love it.
like that. I've been dreaming of killing you for 40 years.
Well, keep dreaming.
Oh man, I love how terrible our Stallone impersonations are. I love it. And of course, the fight goes down into the excavated portion of 20th century LA. They're both terrible shots.
Yeah.
Simon's magnetic accelerator gun is finally ready to be used. The past is over, John. It's time for something new and improved. Oh, hell. Shit, I love this gun. Who wouldn't love that gun?
Obviously.
They continue to fight with their fists and a TV.
Yeah.
Then John electrocuted Simon, similar to the fuel and flame in the beginning of the movie.
Yep.
You forgot to say Simon says, and
Ew.
Simon escapes. I like how John, when he's swinging that TV at him, is like, hey, you're on TV. Hits him with the TV. Oh, boy. And when Simon shoots the fire hydrant, I would assume there's probably no water pressure under fire hydrant and it's kind of after a giant. I don't know. It looked cool, but I was like,
cool.
it's like there's no way that's like an active water pipe.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Whatever. Simon and Cocteau run across each other, and Simon can't kill him. No kiss, no bang, bang. That's for sure. Don't you have a job to do? It's confirmed Cocteau is the mastermind behind all of this. Yeah, I do. Then go do your job. They really kind of confirm that Cocteau is the bad guy, the real bad guy in this movie, fairly early on.
Yeah.
They could have saved that for a more dramatic reveal towards the end of the
You
movie.
would think.
But whatever.
Simon flees and John talks to Cocteau, and Cocteau plays dumb. Thanks for saving my life. Lenina, she's impressed. Not bad for a 70-year-old.
Yeah.
You really matched his meat. You really licked his ass. These are the best parts of the movie
Yes.
for me when she's fucking up all the
Yes.
scenes. I love it.
Yes.
That's met his match and kicked his ass.
I love Stallone's acting with those lines and how exasperated he is with
Yeah.
her saying them wrong is genius.
Definitely.
I laugh every time I watch the movie.
100%.
Every time, especially when she says, you really licked his ass.
You
And he's
really
just like,
licked his ass.
his head just drops down. He's just
Right.
like, oh, no.
Close-ish. Cocteau finds out about the origins of John Spartan. That's unexpected but creative.
Yeah, and he's talking to Earl there, and it's you could see it in his eyes a little bit that he's like, oh, damn it, you fucking up my shit, dude. Come on.
So Spartan and Lenina get invited to Taco Bell. Look forward to it. Thank you. He's disappointed.
Definitely disappointed.
Back at the station, and we find out that Cocteau is the architect of San Angeles and their current society. So what is Simon's next move? He has no money and no way to get it since it's all digital, so Simon won't be mugging anyone. They have a backup plan. Wait for another MDK. Great plan.
I love how Earl's just like, thank you. Yes, that is a great plan, when in fact waiting for another person to get murdered is not a great plan.
No, especially when you've been on such a good streak. I mean, you made it this many years, and you're just like, whatever, what's a few more? Who cares? On the way to dinner, and John and Lenina talk about John's past and all the info that she got from the Schwarzenegger library. Hold it, the Schwarzenegger library?
Yes.
Stop. I don't want to know. Back with Simon, and he heads into the underground, and for some reason, the smell reminds him of biscuits and gravy.
I've never really thought that the smell of piss and shit is biscuits and gravy.
Certainly not. He does, though. So back with John and Lenina, what's with Taco Bell? They were the only restaurant to survive the fast food wars. Now all restaurants are Taco Bell. Okay. That would suck for me personally. Fuck Taco Bell. Different cuisine for different audiences. If you watch the American version of Demolition Man, it's Taco Bell. In the European version of the film, Taco Bell is replaced with Pizza Hut.
Interesting.
Nice.
There's some cool pictures out there. They show like the water bottle weird looking thing that has the Taco Bell stuff on it when Friendly and his gang, it has the Pizza Hut thing on there. I'm like,
nice.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's funny. I think Pizza Hut's a little more believable as the surviving fast food place.
Yeah.
But it's not fast food, but whatever.
No.
In 1993, Taco Bell wasn't a well-known chain in Europe, so it was decided Pizza Hut would be a better choice. Logos on container and set locations were altered in post-production, and dialogue was dubbed to replace chain names.
So what do you think actually involved in the restaurant wars? Like, what was happening? Like,
yeah, they all, I don't get it. You were slashing prices to be the superior fast food chain, but then how the hell did you survive with slashing prices?
I like to think that, like, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Burger King, they all just slowly started arming their employees, and then they would send them out on missions to go kill the other employees until it was an all-out turf war, gang warfare style, literally a fast food war, and everybody was killed, except for Taco Bell. They came out on top. I like it.
So we're at dinner, and the commercial jingles continue.
And that is what's his name playing the piano. We said his name at the beginning. He also has the guard. He was in MTV Sports.
Oh.
I gotta go back and look at his name. I can't believe I can't think of it. Where is his name? Dan Cortez. It's
a toast to John. So tell me, John Spartan, tell me what you think for the year 2032. He figured it would be pretty bad considering how things were going in 1996.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good, that's an easy conclusion to draw.
Right. Cocteau saw a vacuum and seized at it and assumed power. John is not a fan of the totalitarian future he's been brought into. But he would have died in prison by now, had he not been frozen, obviously. So he should appreciate what has been given to him.
Yes.
Turns out John was conscious the whole time, reliving a nightmare about his family and the people he killed inadvertently.
So
not a good time.
Not a good time.
That was brutal. You were awake? I don't think so.
I do think so. Mine's so bad. I can't even do it. It's so bad.
I love it. Edgar Friendly and friends show up to ruin dinner. All they want is their own dinner.
Yeah, I mean, for real. I can't fault them.
Definitely not. So Johnny springs into action, taking on the crowd single-handedly. You're going to regret this for the rest of your life. Both seconds of it.
You almost have Stallone down. You're getting better at it. That was great.
John traps most of the goons in a tent and quickly realizes the scraps were only there for food.
Yeah, I mean, duh. And then that tent that he had fallen on was just like a thin piece of fabric. I don't think it really trapped anybody.
I don't think so at all. But Cocteau, he has no love for them.
No.
They have plans to purge them from the city. Hurting people is not a good thing. Well, sometimes it is, but not when it's people looking for something to eat.
That's very noble of you, John. He's not for killing starving people.
He's not. He only inadvertently killed 30 people. So back in the car, John apologizes, but there's no need to make a de-hurtful retraction.
That's a very weird phrase. It's not even real English.
It's not.
De-hurtful retraction.
She's just assimilated too much contraband. She watched too much TV.
Yep.
She thought he was the blow up the bad guy with a happy grin He-Man type. But he's the moody gunslinger who will only draw when he must type.
John is neither.
Yeah, he just does his job and things get demolished.
Demolition Man.
Ayo. John is wondering about his daughter. He doesn't think he'll fit into her life. Huxley even offers to look her up, but John refuses. Subject change.
She literally says, subject change.
Huxley got John some video.
Which isn't explicitly understood until in a little while. She's like, I got this thing you're looking for. Did you get that? I got that thing. Here's that thing.
Yeah.
We never see him ask for it. We never see anything like that.
No.
She just gives him this thing. All right.
Oh, sure. So over to Simon and Cocteau in Cocteau's home.
Whatever that thing is.
It turns out Cocteau is responsible for all of Simon's knowledge, and Simon has demands. He needs Cocteau to thaw out some bad guys so Simon can drum up a team. And Cocteau agrees, as long as Simon does his job. Sure. What does Simon get out of all this? Malibu, the entire seaboard? Just do your job.
Just do your job.
Sure.
I'm gonna knowingly thaw even more terrible criminals, even though this one is starting to go south on me already.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So back to Huxley and Spartan, and they're going to have future sex. Yeah. This is the scene I'm saying, like, okay, there's no twist now where this winds up being his daughter. Like you said, that's for Game of Thrones in this thing. I was wondering if you would like to have sex.
She just straight up says it.
Straight up
goes for it.
And it's all in the mind. The exchange of bodily fluids is illegal.
Gross.
It's hilarious that she gives him a towel.
It is very funny that she gives him a towel. Here's your towel.
Here's your towel. Things don't go well for John. He's just not into it. It's a bit much for him, and he takes off the headset. And Lenina is offended. You broke contact.
I never touched you.
Not even mouth transfer is allowed. Even kids are created in a lab. You are a savage creature, John Spartan, and I want you to leave my domicile now. Okay, that went way different than I was expecting.
Yes, definitely.
For sure.
Definitely.
John leaves and scopes out the video disc he got from Huxley and goes through some of his personal effects. While getting a phone call from a topless lady.
Like, nearly full frontal from that lady. I was just like, dang, there's no nudity in this movie except for that lady.
And Stallone's ass.
Yep.
He starts knitting. The contents of the disc are damning for Cocteau. It is obvious that Cocteau's up to no good. And the next day, things are chilly between John and Lenina.
I would assume so.
So he gives her a sweater that he knitted. All right. They get into the car and John drives. He's got to learn how to do it at some point. And it turns out knitting is from his time frozen, as it was part of his rehab program.
You mean I'm a seamstress?
How is it fair that Simon has all the knowledge and is physically stronger than before he went into the cryo tank?
It's not fair.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense.
And how does mind suggestion make you physically stronger?
Yeah.
I don't get that part of it.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It seems like such a weird, this is part of his rehabilitation, the knitting. Just, okay.
She, explains it as, something basically to, distract you from your crazy thoughts kind of type of thing, but still, knitting of all the things.
Right.
Knitting? Come on.
Oh,
knitting.
yeah.
How about masonry?
Yeah, there we go.
Something like that? I don't know. So what was Simon's rehab all about? It certainly wasn't knitting. It was urban combat kill. That's one word, combat kill.
Yep.
Torture methodology. That sounds hideous. Computer override authority. Survival tactics. Weapons training. Martial arts. Trained him in murder, death, kill.
Okay.
I think he has that part covered.
Yeah.
Explosive technician and violent behavior. I'm pretty sure he had that already covered.
Again, half that's already been covered.
There must be a mistake. This would create a monster created by Cocteau. So why don't we go ask him? I'll be subtle. I'm good at subtle. John is not good at subtle.
No.
He is not good at. He directly confronts Cocteau via chair screen. just so not directly, but via chair screen.
Yeah.
Why didn't Simon blow your brains out? It doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter. He had 10 seconds to blow your head off. Cocteau continues to deny and deflect. That is until he has a gun pointed at his head. Wonder about this, shithead. If you think you have this maniac under control, think again. Cocteau orders John to be returned to cryostasis immediately. Be well.
Be fucked.
John, Alfredo, and Huxley head below ground. I'm going to go down there, and I can do it alone, or you can come with me. I want to put this guy in a hurt locker. Huxley, she's on board. Let's go blow this guy away. Blow this guy away. Whatever. She's got a way with words, doesn't she? Down in the wasteland, it's not very clean. That's all that the Alfredo and Huxley are concerned about. It's so dirty. All right, guys, be ready for anything. What's that emanation? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, John is into it, that is for sure.
Oh, yeah.
All he wants is a burger and a beer. He gets both, a bottled beer. They've got a brewery down there
Yep,
with
sure.
bottles and all that stuff. Don't ask where the meat comes from. You don't see any cows, do you? Down here, no. It's a rat burger. This is a rat burger?
Not bad. Best burger I've had in years.
Oh, rat burger. And did you notice that? Why didn't she says it. John gives the lady selling the rat burger a Rolex that Lenina is wearing. She's like, oh, Rolex? Yeah, great. You can buy 1 million burgers with that rat burger. Ugh. They continue deeper into the wasteland. It gets dark and steamy, and the lack of hostility towards them surprised them. Then they run across a completely mint Oldsmobile 442.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Completely mint car. No rust on it. It looks like somebody was just working on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. All right. And then they're confronted by Edgar Friendly. Finally. Jack Black is there too.
Ew.
Just in case you missed him. He is in that scene for like a split second. He is there. You got bull balls coming down here. They want Simon, not Friendly. John doesn't even know who Friendly is, even though they've talked about him a few times in the presence of John. Whatever. Friendly wants nothing to do with the society that Cocteau has built. He wants freedom to do what he wants. And if you want that freedom, the only place to go is underground and risk starvation. So that lends to the fact that this is a world order, that the whole world is this. 'Cause otherwise, why wouldn't you just travel a few hundred miles?
Right.
I don't know. Whatever.
A little place called S.
Friendly doesn't fit in with Cocteau's plan. John has bad news for Friendly. Cocteau is out to kill him, and Simon is the man for the job. Over to the Phoenix and his newly unfrozen bad guys, including Jesse Ventura.
Ew.
There he is. It's 2032, and we're here to kill Friendly, and best of all, John Spartan, the guy that put most of them in jail. So back to John and friends, and Simon attacks. It's 2 for the price of 1, so the gunfire begins, but the ambush is mostly a failure. Friendly proves indispensable, shooting Simon off the catwalk. Remind me of that. We'll get back to it. Remind me of that. Phoenix scurried away with Huxley and Spartan right behind. Alfredo, Simon dispatches of him immediately. Immediately just punches him in the face, and he's down and out. Simon makes it to the street while John and Huxley regroup down below. Phoenix hits the road in a cop car. Quickly, we find out that the regrouping was to go get that 442, because I'm sure it runs great.
Yeah.
I'm sure it runs great. It's only like a 90-year-old car at this point.
Yeah.
I'm sure it runs great. Huxley and John burst through the floor and pursue Simon. Buckle up. It's about time we got an old-fashioned car chase. Some killer stunt driving in this movie.
Yep.
I love that it's in a tunnel. It's cool. I love the way the light is reflecting off the tiles in the tunnel and stuff. I think that's very cool. John firing from the driver's seat, just that arm out the window, just lighting everything up, killing all those people that are driving around them. And now it's time for Huxley to drive. So what do I do? Just push this pedal? Punch it, Huxley. Excuse me? Just push the pedal as hard as you can. She does that.
Yeah.
And now John is on top of Simon's car. No free rides. Simon is just as bad a shot as John is, because John is literally on top of the car. There's nowhere for him to go, and Simon is still unable to kill John.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Half in the car and half out of the car, Simon attempts to push John's face into the roadway, and revealing that he had killed the bus hostages. Well, that pisses John right off at that point, and John tosses Simon out of the car. One problem, the car is out of control, and he starts screaming at it, self-drive! Unable to execute, malfunction, self-drive now! Unable to execute, malfunction. So John is slamming into guardrails, which fixes the malfunction for him. That's great, fixes the malfunction. He regains control, but is unable to brake. Come on, do it.
Break. No, you Mickey Mouse piece of shit.
He flies off the road, crashing into the SAPD sign, and the car fills with foam. He crashes into that decorative pond, and Huxley makes it to John. The secure foam saves his life. It turned him into a cannoli of sorts. And just like that, the beginning of the movie, the chief of police is there to take John off the case. You caveman, you're under arrest. And John is just not having it. He's got a super criminal to catch, and he needs a gun, a shotgun. Even a flare gun would do at this point. Better yet, he gets a full-on fighting force from the underground.
Hey. Friendly is there with a bunch of the rest of the scraps, including Alfredo. Look at you. You get a bump on the noggin, and you think you're Pancho Villa.
Pancho who?
It's time to take a stand. Give me a gun. Better yet, give me two. Chief Earl can't believe this is happening. Spartan, wait. You can't leave. You're under arrest. This very concept negates the possibility of you leaving.
Skip it, Chief.
Lieutenant Huxley, you can take this job and shovel it. You take his job and shovel it? Yeah.
Close enough.
So off to go find Simon. We get to see what Simon is up to, and that's killing cocktail.
Yep.
Well, the governor
Governator.
Well, the Governator kills him. You remind me of an evil Mr. Rogers. I mean, what did he think was going to happen? Seems pretty obvious to me. And, of course, Bob jumps ship and joins Simon.
Bob is the worst character in this whole movie.
For sure.
He is just the worst character in this whole movie. He's nothing but a yes man that's just looking to latch on to whoever's in charge's coattails. That's
Definitely.
all he is. That's all he is.
John and Lenina arrive at the scene, and so let the final showdown begin. Lenina can really kick some ass.
Where did she learn this stuff?
Nobody knows.
Nobody has any training for any type of physical combat. They keep saying, we're not trained for this. I don't know how to do this. What happened?
Did they cryo freeze her for a little bit and train her how to fight?
Yeah, they should have still revealed that she was actually his daughter.
Yeah. Those thugs never stood a chance. Where did she learn those skills from? Jackie Chan movies?
Apparently.
Sylvester Stallone wanted the Simon Phoenix character to be played by Jackie Chan, and Chan refused since Asian audiences don't like the idea of actors who have always played heroes suddenly playing evil characters.
That would have been an interesting choice.
That would have been.
It would have made, Simon Phoenix would have been doing some really crazy athletic stuff in this movie.
Yeah.
He already kind of does.
But
it would have been even crazier.
And I love me some Jackie Chan.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Rumble in the Bronx is peak 90s Asian Jackie Chan movie.
For sure.
Oh, Rumble in the Bronx.
We definitely got to get some
Yeah,
Chan in
definitely.
eventually. Simon headed straight for the cryo ward, and he's thawing 80 criminals. They have an hour.
That's a lot of criminals.
That's a lot of criminals.
An hour.
And
That's like 2 a minute almost.
Yeah,
Dang.
sure. John knocks off Huxley because he has to go with this alone.
Yeah.
It's his problem, and he is unwilling to risk her in the cryo chamber, and Simon is thawing Dahmer.
I love that guy. Nobody really loves Dahmer. Nobody.
Nobody. Then Simon kills all the technicians.
Yep.
Time to send in a maniac to catch a maniac.
Oh, they said it again.
Hey.
Oh, how about that?
John has his beret on, so things are about to get real. Phoenix!
Does he not look like Guile?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
He looks exactly like Guile.
For sure. And this is before Street Fighter.
Yes, it is.
Not the game, but the movie.
Yes.
What a great sequence.
Definitely.
John driving double-wielding pistols.
Love it.
And being flung around the room like a human piñata, all while Simon can't hit him with any gunshots.
Any.
Sure. John escapes the grasp of the machine by freezing it.
Okay.
And
Sure.
I love it. And Simon has a plasma laser. So cool.
I love that. That laser is super cool.
Super cool.
That's the laser that they use to actually like cut the prisoners out of the ice, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is? Okay, that's what I thought.
It's an excuse for Stallone dive and scream.
Yep, he does it a few times at the end of the movie here.
Is it cold in here or is it just me? Simon versus Spartan, hand to hand. Look in my eyes, John, and look in my eyes, John, I'll see you in hell. Ooh, John finds one of those blue orb things and takes a beating.
Yes, he does.
He's down but not out with Simon closing in. This is the best day of my life. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
John freezes Simon in place, narrowly avoiding being frozen himself, grabbing the still swinging giant claw, kicking Phoenix's head off. Heads up! And the whole place explodes. So we can have yet another run, scream, dive from Stallone.
Yet another. He gets that like Elvis lip curl when he's running.
Definitely always has the lip curl.
Oh, the lip curl. Simon is history. Cocteau is history. The cryo prison is history. And their society as they know it is history. So what are they going to do? I'll tell you what they're going to do. They're going to get shit-faced and paint the town red. Whoa, I'll tell you what you're going to do. Why don't you get a little dirty and you get a little clean and maybe meet somewhere in the middle? I don't know. You'll figure it out. Fucking A. Like, it's such a weird, like, end of the movie.
Weird.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know what you're going to do. Well put, though. Well put. Fucking A is right. Huxley and Spartan, they love each other now. In a rumored sequel, Demolition Man 2 would take place after this film. John Spartan and Lenina Huxley would have been married, and Jackie Chan would play the main antagonist, replacing Wesley Snipes.
He was really diehard on trying to get Jackie Chan.
Definitely. There was a prequel written long ago, and it was never made. The prequel would have taken place in and before 1996, and we would have seen John Spartan's first run-ins with Simon Phoenix. In 2020, Stallone himself said a sequel is on the way via his Instagram, but that was 6 years ago now, so I wouldn't count on it.
Probably not.
I wouldn't count on it. Well, Huxley and Spartan, they're going to bang the real way now.
Yeah.
Yes, fluid transfers.
Yeah.
It's a terrible way to describe it.
Definitely.
Are all fluid transfer activities like this?
Better.
I think I'm going to like the future. But there's one thing I got to know. How does that damn 3 shells thing work? Roll credits. That's how we're going to end the movie right
sure,
there.
Okay.
Oh, man. So Warner Brothers disliked the first cut of this movie, so they had editor Stuart Byard come in to do some re-editing, and Byard and other editors disliked earlier cuts of the movie as well. Originally in Demolition Man, there were some more plot points, including Spartan meeting his grown-up daughter in the sewers amongst Edgar Friendly's friends. In the movie, Spartan is shown protecting some girl during the shootout in the sewers, and that is her. Other scenes which were deleted would be Phoenix killing Zachary Lamb before the car chase between him and Spartan. In one other deleted action scene during the battle in the sewers, Spartan goes on the bridge from which Phoenix and his gang were shooting from and starts a fight with Phoenix, but then the bridge turns over. While both of them are hanging on it, Phoenix says to Spartan that the bus passengers, which he failed to save back in 96, were already dead instead of during the car chase. So they just kind of switched some things around, kind of sped it up a little bit. They just said, his daughter, gone, not going to even put it in there. We're going to just make you think that maybe it's Lenina, and then they're going to have future sex, and then still going to be maybe his daughter, but it turns out not to be his daughter.
Yeah.
Thank God. Thank God. All right, Trav, with all of that out of the way, did you like it?
Of course I liked it.
Of course you liked it.
Like you said, peak Stallone.
Yeah, man.
I mean, and I love Wesley Snipes. It's fun, like I said, to go from hero to villain for him so fast in the podcast. And I love Sandra Bullock, and she's fucking hilarious in this. I mean, I know it's the writing. It's not necessarily her delivery, but just what they have her do is really funny in the movie.
Between this movie and Speed, like, why did she not have more action roles? I mean,
Definitely.
She had Miss Congeniality. She plays like I never saw Miss Congeniality, but she plays an undercover cop in it, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, why doesn't she have more action roles? She did
should.
well.
Yeah.
Even when she was doing the fighting, that was her.
Yeah.
Like, that looked cool. Like, what? Come on, Sandra.
We definitely got to do Speed now that you bring that up.
Speed.
Too.
We should do The Net as well, because that's a very early, like, internet movie. Like, she ends up on a buoy out in the middle of the ocean with a thumb drive. I haven't seen that movie in a very long time, so that's what really sticking out in my mind about it. But I definitely like this movie, too. Like I said during the podcast, I like how it feels pretty grounded in what could be the future. And it doesn't go too wacky or anything like that. I like the little nods in this movie to Stallone and Schwarzenegger's kind of feud in the early 90s because they were the two biggest action stars in the world at the time. I love the fact that we have this weird Jack Black and Wesley Snipes thread going through the last few episodes that we have.
Yeah.
I love everything about this movie. It really kind of hit me pretty good. It's a cool movie. It was a fun movie to watch. It's a great like popcorn action movie. I wish I would have seen this one in the theaters. If it ever comes back to theaters, I will go see it in the theater. The action is over the top. The sound is great. The visuals are great. It's just a fun, awesome movie to watch. Is it an Oscar-winning type of movie? Definitely not.
No.
Is there plenty of plot holes and weirdness in it? Definitely.
Definitely.
But it's a very fun, cool movie that if you're going to watch a Stallone action movie from the mid to early 90s, this is what you want.
Definitely.
You don't go into this movie expecting high art.
No.
If you're picking up Demolition Man off the shelf at Toontown because you've never seen it and you're like, well, I like Stallone, I like Snipes, I enjoy sci-fi, but I'm really looking for something that has a message. This is not the movie for you.
No, definitely
You're looking
not.
for some dudes shooting guns and people's heads getting kicked off and Jesse Ventura and Jack Black and weirdness that is just believable, then this is your movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this movie a lot, and I can't wait to get to Judge Dredd.
Yeah. Is there a 90s action movie where Snipes and JCVD are the main two?
Man, I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Because when you were saying that he was up for the role, I'm like, damn, I thought they did do a movie together. You would probably remember if it existed.
I can't think of it, but I really want to get us into some more JCVD stuff. I saw, it was just I wish I could remember what it was. I think it was a shot of him on Time Cop when he jumps off the ground and does the splits and the counters, and it was a meme saying like me when I get out of the shower in the middle of the winter and the floor is cold,
Yeah.
It was very funny, and I showed it to Kristen and she was like, dang, and I was like, yeah, that's JCVD for you right there. But I'd love to get to some more JCVD.
Definitely.
That's for sure. Anything else you want to talk about with Demolition Man before we move on, Trav?
No.
All right. Well, that means it's time for our homework assignment, and we're doing a listener request from Riley Bob, Surf Ninjas, 1993, directed by Neil Israel, written by Dan Gordon and Neil Israel, produced by Evan Kolar, starring Ernie Reyes Jr. as Johnny, and we know Ernie from TMNT. Nicholas Cowan as Adam, Rob Schneider.
Oh, back to back.
Back to back as Adam. I really love, we talk about this all the time. These threads, they just happen.
Yeah.
We're not planning that these movies have actors in common. This is just happening.
At all.
This is happening. It's Rob Schneider this time, which
actually we technically had back-to-back Stallone planned, and we had to postpone one to move up Surf Ninjas first. So you'll see in the future.
The amazing Leslie Nielsen as Colonel Chi. I don't like the fact that he's playing an Asian man, basically, right?
Yeah.
He's not Asian.
Yeah.
I guess Rob Schneider is kind of playing an indigenous Hawaiian person in this movie, which
for sure
he is not an indigenous Hawaiian person. Anyways, Tone Loc, little throwback to some Ace Ventura action.
Yeah.
As Lieutenant Spence. John Carlin as Mac. Ernie Reyes Sr. as Zach. It's Zach,
cool.
but Zach. Kelly Hu as Romay. Nathan Zhang as Manchu. Kyon Young as Baba Ram, edited by Tom Walls, music by David Kittay. Distributed by New Line Cinema. They released everything. Release date August 20th, 1993. A budget of $6.5 million. A box office of $4.9 million.
Oh.
It was a loser,
Yep.
but that doesn't mean it's a bad movie.
Fuck no.
That's $10.9 million in 2026. That's not good.
That's not good.
That's not good. All right, Trav, I can't wait to get to this. It's been a while since we've done a listener request, so thanks for the request, Riley Bob. We really, really appreciate. With all of that out of the way, Trav, will you hit me with that outro?
So we do have one email today from Man Bear Pig, sending it to the wrong email. But he says, fellas, great breakdown of Blade. It's too bad sequels are out of your realm, but I'll still get around to watching them because I don't think I've seen them all. Well, I'll tell you, Number 2 is fucking amazing. So yes, you should watch that, Man Bear Pig. 3 you could do without. It's pretty bad, but I mean it's worth watching just to see just how bad it is.
Yes.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds, Jessica Biel, Blade Trinity. When I think of bad threequels, that's what pops into my mind is that one. But yeah, you should watch them. But it is a shame that we can't do the second one because it's past 2000.
Yes,
so
unfortunate.
Doesn't fit the bill.
Nope.
But he says, when you said "You'll be dead by dawn," instantly made me think of Evil Dead 2. If you know, you know. If you don't, it is a cult classic and completely ridiculous. But if you were going to break down an Ash movie, it'd have to be Army of Darkness, which is completely fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
It does work as a standalone movie without having to watch Evil Dead 2, but please, they should both be watched. Evil Dead 1 was basically the same as 2, if I remember right, but in 2, they didn't take themselves seriously and leaned into the comedy. I know one of my buddies loves the Evil Dead stuff, so that would be fun to do, because I've never seen those or Army of Darkness.
They're good. They're
So,
it's technically a trilogy.
Oh, okay,
It's
sure.
technically a trilogy.
So he says, so my question for you are, what Hollywood monsters is scarier to you in real life? Vampires, zombies, werewolves, ghosts, witches, etc. You go.
Oh, the scariest is probably werewolves because you don't know who they're going to be during the day, and at night you could be hanging out with a werewolf. All of a sudden it's a full moon, and then there's this giant monster that's chopping your brain out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably. I mean, I think that's a safe bet for sure. Werewolves.
Werewolves.
Like, the rest, I mean, vampires. Come on.
Stake to the heart.
Stick to the heart. Let garlic spray. You know, daytime. Pathetic. Zombies. I've been ready for that for years.
Yep.
So don't even start with me
Don't
there.
even faze me anymore.
Like ghosts, like sure, maybe in my dreams they scare me, not in real life. Witches, whatever. They do more. They do more. They do more good than harm, in my opinion. But as fun as zombies, he says, to continue the email here, as fun as zombies are, they are completely impractical and couldn't exist for more than a few days. Decay and such would render them worthless, except for maybe the Last of Us type. If you haven't watched that yet, you are missing out, which I haven't. But I haven't either. But I own the first season on Blu-ray, Man Bear Pig, so I will eventually watch that. My buddy says I gotta play the game first. But I don't know. We'll see.
You know, people love that game, and I tried playing it, and I was like, meh.
I'll be honest with you. I've tried playing it like 3 different times, and I can't ever get into it.
Nope.
I don't know what it is. So part of me is like, I'm just going to watch the show.
I don't think you'd be technically missing anything if you just watched the show. I haven't seen the show either.
For sure. I think season 2, according to Man Bear Pig, gets a little like not following as much as they were supposed to with the game or something. But back to the email. Werewolves just wouldn't work either because of the transitioning. Have you ever fell down before? It hurts. Have you ever broken all of your extremities and facial bones simultaneously to become a wolf monster? Did wolf monsters shit and then broken your bones perfectly back to normal to be a person the next day? You're not going to work the next day. Your clothes are torn to pieces. Probably lost your phone and car keys when you ripped your pants off of you. You are officially homeless with crazy medical bills for physical therapy and whatnot, which you cannot afford since you lost your job due to not being able to work, and the cycle repeats. And he says vampires are maybe kind of realistic, I guess. However, the lore behind them is goofy. I put garlic in my spaghetti sauce, but garlic is enough to incapacitate them. Bros are being taken down by seasoning. Then you just put a silver stake in their heart. The price of silver is super high right now. Am I just going to throw down $10,000 for a silver stake and hope I can reuse it indefinitely? Where am I going to find that amount of physical silver and then be able to fashion a stake out of it? I don't know any silversmiths, so I guess just go to Cub and constantly sprinkle garlic powder on them and decapitate. Oh, that's great. When you think logically about the scary monsters in movies, it becomes completely impractical, except for ghosts. I've had a couple ghost experiences that were so wild I cannot even convey the story to people to give it justice. One was super creepy after I did research to find out that a child died in the first house I bought. Yikes. The other was very odd to say the least, and then my buddy and I then my buddy I was with said that he saw and heard the exact same thing I did. Children ghosts be scary. Have you ever had any ghost experiences? Have you ever had any werewolf experiences? Cheers.
No werewolf experiences, but I've definitely had ghost experiences. I've had ghost experiences in the house that I currently live in. In the last place I lived in, no ghost experiences. The place before that, no ghost experiences. But the home that I grew up in until I was about 10 years old, multiple ghost experiences in that. Maybe it's because I was a child, which, they say children are more in tune to that stuff.
Yeah.
There's 2 that still stick with me. 3 that still stick with me, unbelievable, from that first house when we lived on Perry Street. 1, my bed was next to a wall, and so the head of my bed, if I looked on my side, I could look directly down the hallway into the living room. It was just a rambler. And at the end of the hallway, there was a pocket door that you could close. At the end of the hallway, I saw a figure in my mind as a 10-year-old that was probably like 3 feet tall, just kind of waddling back and forth. Not waddling, just swaying back and forth. And then the pocket door slid like 3 inches. This is in the middle of the night. I was like 10 years old. Just goes, and I was like, oh Lord. Rolled over, blankets over the head.
Yeah.
Somehow fell asleep. Same house. On my back, I was in, so I had bunk beds in my room, but at the time, the bunk beds were it was like an L shape. I was on one side of the wall, the other bunk bed was on the other wall, so it's like in an L shape. Woke up in the middle of the night lying on my back, and there's 3 figures jumping on the other bed that look like TV static.
What the fuck?
Yes. It wasn't like arms and legs. It was more like amorphous blobs.
Right.
And they were bouncing up and down on the bed.
Like,
I don't remember sounds. I don't remember that, but it looked like figures jumping on the bed.
Like some sort of the upside down is here right now.
Yes.
The fuzzy reception craziness. Like,
And now number 3 is the one that is seared in my brain for the rest of my life. Same house, same bed setup, same bedroom. I wake up in the middle of the night. The window was directly above my bed on one side, and then I'd look down the hallway to the other side. Middle of the night, I'm head on my hands, kind of crossed like this. We'll probably put this in the video. And I look, and there is what looks like a hand on my arm. And I look at that hand and follow it up to a face with long brown hair around it.
I'm getting chills with you explaining
I'm
this right
telling you, man, this one was the realest, creepiest, weirdest thing I have ever experienced in my life. I was 8, 9, 10 years old, and I can still see this image. It was like a faceless head with brown hair on it, and this hand on my arm.
Ugh.
I'm 9 years old. Maybe I'm having a night terror. Maybe I'm dreaming. But it seemed super, super real. So real that I didn't move and fell back asleep. That's what I remember.
Yikes.
So, seared in my brain.
Yeah.
Those are the experience. This house that we currently live in, we'll be downstairs and we'll hear what sounds like somebody walking down the hallway. Kristen will look over at me and say, well, the ghost is upstairs. I'm like, yeah, the ghost is upstairs. It literally sounds like somebody's walking down the hallway.
Yeah.
So who knows what that is? I don't know if it's ghosts. I don't know if it's just a house, but that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
You go.
Me go. So, I was afraid of ghosts in my first house. There was a
definitely.
lot of fucking, like, cracking and shit and all the time. But the attic was very creepy. And there was, like, one of the things you sit in as a kid, the bungees, like, you put your little kid in. That was still set up in there from when I was really young, and it just creeped me out. But I think most of what I was hearing was squirrels in the attic because of holes and whatever. So I wouldn't say I really saw anything at that house, but my aunt lived a few blocks away for a while, and they were complaining that they thought their house was haunted. And one day we looked out their window in the upstairs, and there was footsteps in the snow on the rooftop there. And now, unless their dad was fucking with us and did that just for fuck's sake, that freaked us the fuck out.
I bet.
I legit never went upstairs in that house again.
Yeah, I bet.
And
man.
I think they moved pretty shortly after that because that was scary as shit. But I didn't see anything.
Right.
But footsteps.
Footsteps.
One time at a buddy's house in Sleepy Eye. Now, we probably put this on ourselves because we were watching scary shit on YouTube. We went to the cemetery to be
Nice.
Like amp up the craziness.
Yep.
I don't know. And then we were hanging out in his house, and from his living room, you could see down through 3 separate rooms to get to the kitchen where there was a back door. And I swear to God, I saw a figure walk by with glowy eyes, and it freaked me the fuck out. We did not go inspect. I was like, okay, hopefully I'm just freaking myself out from all the shit we've watched. But the actual scariest thing that's happened to me was in a dream, and I'll never forget it. And it felt super fucking real. It was the first house I was at actually it was the third house I was at in Mankato, and it was in a dream. And while Blair Witch Project is not scary, the reveal of the ghost is pretty scary at the end, in the corner. Well, it felt like I was awake, but I was dreaming, and that figure was in the corner of my room, so it was as vivid as possible, as if I was awake. And I tried to walk off my bed. I don't know why, but in this dream, I tried to walk off my bed, and I floated. And, like, my heart is still racing explaining this, because it was like, holy fuck, like, the black figure of a woman or whatever in some crazy coat turned, and I tried to walk out the bed, and I floated with the figure, and then I woke up. Luckily, I've never had that recurring nightmare before, but it was fucking freaky.
I tell you, man, I consider myself a man of science, but there still is things in this world that you cannot explain just the way it is.
Yeah.
If you believe in ghosts, if you don't believe in ghosts, there's stuff that just can't be explained. Somebody will say, yes, you can explain it. You were sleepy and you were having a night terror. I mean, no, there's just things that you can't explain.
No.
And vibrations and people's observations and the way our eyes work as a youth as compared to adults, the way our brains are tuned to things, the way we ignore those things, the way we get, the older we get. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I believe in ghosts, but I definitely have some experiences of some things that I can't explain.
For sure. And I've watched and still watch a good amount of MTV shows, but do you remember the show Fear? Did you ever watch that?
I don't know if I really watched it, but I remember it.
That used to scare the shit out of me. They all just get a color and you got to go do something crazy. It was usually like hang out in an abandoned insane asylum and shit. Now, that could have been all them making noises and shit, but that show was scary as fuck to me.
There is a rabbit hole down there if you can go into if you really, really want to.
Yeah.
I think I've talked about Art Bell and Coast to Coast AM on this podcast before. It's one of the things that inspired my love for radio and one of the reasons why I'm doing this now, making our podcast. And every Halloween and every so often they'd have Ghost to Ghost, and there would just be all these people calling in with these ghost stories. And I can't believe that, hundreds of people will call in just to get on the radio to just make up some shit. I mean, these people experience something.
Yeah.
Whether it happened or not, these people experience something.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That's crazy, man. But I definitely appreciate that email.
Yeah.
That's a good email. Got us talking. I don't have any more emails, but Ryan did come talk to me in person. He has watched Howard the Duck, as I assumed.
Yes.
And as I assumed, he said it's horrible.
Definitely.
But it's one of those, like, so bad that it is fun to watch. So I think it's, like, a guilty pleasure of his. But we definitely, if that is in the 80s, which I think it is, we'll have to do that at some point. Because that's the only other Marvel movie we can do.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to have to get to that. But I appreciate that he listened all the way to the end and he answered my question. And, of course, he has seen it, as I assume.
Of course.
But, yeah, if you want to email us anything, whether it's a suggestion or something to get us talking like Man, Bear, Pig, do that at podcast@overduehomework.com. If you're not already following us on Instagram and Facebook, we are at Overdue Homework Podcast. Make sure you're following the YouTube channel. Leave a like and subscribe at Overdue Homework Podcast. Last but not least, don't forget to tune in to the next exciting episode of the Overdue Homework Podcast.